Fat Joe is right about J. Cole.
Shout out to J. Cole. He got project coming out called The Fall Off, and he got a mixtape where he used some of the locks. He rhymed over Money, Power, Respect, and he rhymed over Can I Live. Killed them shit. So Cole is coming back in a major way.
Do we look at him the same, being that they screwed his head off the big three?
You hear his bars, all of that shit don't matter.
It's over.
He's coming crazy.
Let me tell you something, man. They screwed his head off the big three. Is he in the big three?
I don't like that terminology, so give me a pass. But they better screw his shit back on after you.
Listen, let me tell you something. The Locks, no matter what you call it, in your biggest heyday, no matter what,
it's all about the music. You going off the internet.
I'm not going off the internet. I'm talking.
Head ports got to go back on where
I'm talking about hip hop, right? So what I'm saying to you is, you guys were fucking miniature compared to 50 Cent just sold 30 million records. You went at him. You went to the yard with the sword.
You're answering your own question.
What's that?
He could sell 100 million. The bars and the power of the people in the street made all of that shit irrelevant.
He didn't come outside to Jada.
It's all in the music. You talk about knocking him out the park and this and that and that and this.
I gotta hear it.
He got some shit.
What's up, world? Your boy Charles Brown back again talking facts. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Keep sending those Cashapp to CLBMG. Join that membership. And all you buying that merch down below. Gang, listen. Fat Joe may be lying, but he ain't lying this time. He told the 100% truth. J. Cole, you jacked it up, gang, and we're gonna have real problems trying to forgive and forget, right? All these nice bars that Jadakiss saying, you dropping over them locks beats, and I know Jada just want to keep the peace. Jada respects everyone until he's disrespected, then he all on your head top. So Jada's gonna show love to J. Cole, and nobody's saying that J. Cole can't rap this, that, and the third no more, but we side-eyeing him. Gang, I'm just gonna be honest, and people want us to leave the level of respect that we had a year ago before, or 2 years ago, before he jumped out there with 7-minute drill. They want to restore it right back. They want a reset button. Okay, he made a mistake. People get crucified for less. And salute to Wayno. I like Wayno. I ain't got no problem. I tell you I like Wayno since Everyday Struggle. But Wayno's on a mission. This is about the second or third video. He's going all in trying to convince us that J. Cole needs a reset. Right? For whatever reason, you guys can't be serious. You're really taking away his whole legacy. This is his legacy now, gang. I do not know what to tell you. This is his legacy. You're like, you want to take away all the work he's done? No one's taking away all the work he's done. Listen, let's just be honest. Every rapper, every artist got fans. His fans going to be there. His fans going to say, Cole is this, Cole is that, da-da-da-da. Cole World. They're going to tell you everything of his discography from day one to right now. So no one's going to remove his legacy. The legacy is what it is. We're still going to get nostalgic moments where we're going to be like, oh, shit, remember that workout? We're going to put workout on. Sometimes we're going to get nostalgic and want to hear his shit. No one's saying he didn't put in a body of work. But it's like, you want us to stop talking about it. That's my problem. They think that somehow, some way, it's old now, and we got to forget that he ever did it. Forget that he said it. Well, we can't do that, Wayno. We can't just forget that he did it. Can't forget that he said it. A lot of stuff happened between now and then, right? I don't want to recap it, but I will for you, Wayno, because Wayno and a lot of the people feel confused. A lot of people still coming in my comments. You bringing this up. Oh, man, you still pushing this narrative. I hate when these creators do this. I hate when these creators won't let something go. Why should we let it go? First of all, this is his first full-length album since he did it. Right? He did the Might Delete Later, which had the track on there, which many of us say he had lines on there that was very aggressive, passive aggressive, and straight up aggressive, talking about he's the best still, even on the Might Delete Later, where he came with a record against one of the greatest artists in his history. He was considered one, too. He came against Kendrick on that album. He had a record called 7-Minute Drill where he tried to diss Kendrick. The rhyme was lazy. The whole structure was he did it too quick. 7-Minute Drill. He wrote the shit real fast, threw it out, and all of his sticky points. And I truly believe that J. Cole, in his heart of hearts, thought he was sparring. Right? I truly believe that he thought he was just he's shadow boxing, throwing punches, da-da-da. And those were the lineups that he thought was going to work. And the people that really understand what really happened, and I'm going to say this again, Cole made the record. He put the record out, and the response was boo-boo. And that's why Cole backed out. His fans want you to believe that he had a moment of weakness, then he had a moment of clarity. And we're supposed to forget the moment of weakness because that's not really Cole. With Cole been acting like that, he been big bone and brolic since we've been hearing him rapping. So I don't know how we supposed to take 10, 15, 20 years. I don't know how long these motherfuckers been out, but I don't know. You want us to take all of that and wrap it up into, well, he had a moment of weakness. He didn't know that it was going to get real. He didn't know it was going to get that serious. Well, he had to know because he jumped out there first. He made a whole diss record. And what I feel and what most people feel is when the community came back that this ain't it, Cole, you know KK catalog is crazy. He's barking like crazy. End of the day, he heard them. He heard the feedback. He went and listened to it again. He processed. He's like, you know what? This is really not it. This is lame, and they're right. And at that point, he realized, I can't do no much better than this without really going at this guy like I can't stand him. Don't want to do that. So now I'm just going to bow out. Well, you bowed out. It's never happened in hip-hop before. And like I said, I don't have no problem with Wayno, but Wayno wanted to act like he didn't do it. He wanted us to make that small. You guys are making it big. It's huge. It's never happened in hip-hop. Cannabis didn't back down from LL. No one backs down. Even for God's sake, Wyclef diss LL. Everybody, when you're a hip hop rapper, especially, we're not saying that this guy is some fucking Tone Loc or some shit. This is J. Cole that said, I will eat you. Right? I got a video coming where I can't process the fact that, salute the Rapperholics, right? The Rapperholics, I watched this video. He said it's time to be honest about J. Cole. And something he said, it hit me like a ton of bricks, gang. I said, Challz, he's right. This nigga J. Cole said, I'll put your favorite rapper neck in a noose. Gang. When he reminded me of that fucking bar, I said, wait a minute. This nigga said that before the battle. This nigga said, I'll put your favorite rapper neck in the noose. It's one of the hardest rhymes you ever heard in your life. Process that. He's saying that nigga that you spinning all his records, you putting his shit on repeat, I'll come over there and put his ass in a noose and kill his ass. And Wayno wants us to forget that. His fans want us to forget that. J. Cole told me he gonna put my favorite rapper neck in a noose. And now he's a monk again? Telling his life story backwards? And we supposed to forget that he said that? No. And I say all that to say this. Fat Joe be swelling, but he ain't swelling this time. He tells some whales of a tale, not this time. He's on point. And salute to Jadakiss for trying to keep it politically correct. He trying to keep that show focused, man. Because Fat Joe be going off the rail. But you know what? Fat Joe ate food this time. And Wayno tried to make the equation of, well, you could say Drake is forgiven, but not J. Cole. Well, who the fuck forgave Drake? At the end of the day, they both is washed up in the minds of real hip-hoppers, right? But let's just be honest. That light-skinned nigga Drake swung his knuckles. Right? He swung his knuckles more than once. Well, he lost. Everybody lose. You're going to respect a guy for swinging his knuckles rather than he swung and missed and got on his bike and hauled ass home and became a monk again. Right? So we're not going to ever respect that in this culture. No one told J. Cole could have been just a rapping ass nigga. Moon, stars, and quasars. We would have been like, yo, this motherfucker could spit his ass off. We would have left it at that. No, J. Cole decided to get big boned and brolic for 3 years straight. And after the issue with, let's be honest, I tell this story sometimes, and not often, but after he got checked by No Name for being a conscious rapper that ain't conscious, she was doing a lot, right? But I didn't like that. She said that about him. She said that about him and K-Dot. And they was right there at the riots, right? They were right there, not the riots, I'm sorry, at the protest. But she called them out like, where are they? Da-da-da. Well, they got pictures of these motherfuckers at the protest. But at that point, J. Cole was like, you know what? After he had the back and forth and he said something about her and she said something about him, after that, he was like, you know what? They starting to put me in a box. If you're really paying attention, Cole was like, they starting to put me in a box. These motherfuckers think I'm socially conscious. They think I'm Martin Luther King out this motherfucker. Well, you know what? Dead ass, everything after that became eating MCs. Wasn't no more socially conscious raps. 3 years straight. He was like, listen, when I get on your feature, don't expect me with the hard bottoms in the bow tie selling no bean pies. I'm coming, listen, I'm going to be Monsters Inc. in this motherfucker. So J. Cole went on a mission to show you, don't pigeonhole me, I'm an eater, right? So then he started being, guess what? Oh, guess who's coming to dinner? The spook that sat by the door. I'm here to mess up your whole regime. Put your favorite rapper noose in the neck, right? I mean, neck in the noose, right? So at the end of the day, this is what we remember. When you come out, you're going to body, right? And then when it comes time to body the real monster in the room, the boogeyman, right? You like, yeah, you swung at him, missed, and then you ran. We're not going to forget it. It's never happened before. So no, Wayno, we can't forgive him. And guess what? We don't forgive Drake for a lot of other shit, but Drake knuckled up, right? Two dudes on the basketball court, threw the ball, hit the other dude in the face. Drake said, you know what? I'm going to fight you, right? He fought him. So guess what? We got other issues with Drake, but not that he didn't rumble. So let me read this and have a conversation. Fat Joe says he can't respect J. Cole after he backed down from Kendrick Lamar. Joe's from the streets, gang. Think about it. Cole not from that, really. Fat Joe is a dude that he can't back down. He from a different kind of place, gang. The Bronx is wild. It's wild up there, gang. They don't really have a lot of room for you coming to fight and then throwing your gloves down and getting on your bike and leave. They don't have a lot of room for that. Different over there, right? In my area too. Same shit. So end of the day, he's built different. Let me read this article by Cole Blake on hotnewhiphop.com. Fat Joe and Jadakiss discuss J. Cole as he gears up to finally release his long-awaited album, The Fall Off. Fat Joe says he can't appreciate J. Cole's music as much as he did before his feud with Kendrick Lamar in 2024. It really wasn't no feud. Wasn't no feud. J. Cole dropped the record after like that, right? A lot of you like to like that as the start of the battle. Gang, it's a sub. He did not diss J. Cole. He said two dudes hugging and kissing on stage. Well, they was hugging and kissing on stage. Where's the diss? Then he said, ain't no big three, it's just big me. Where's the diss? He said, I don't see it like you guys see. I see it differently. Right? It's time to prove that he's a problem. Well, guess what? All of those are calls to action. You don't got to respond. Those aren't diss records. Those are statements. He said, well, you know what? I really don't think that these guys are as tough as they seem. Right? I think that they're on stage. They're giving themselves a lot of congratulations, but I think I might be tougher than both of them. Just if you're asking me. Right? And if the guys are really as tough as they're coming off on these records, the first person shooters, right, as big as the Super Bowl, well, then I think they should prove it. He just made matter-of-fact statements. Right? Cole comes out with a whole record. The first one was dude, he barking, gang. I'm going to be honest. If that shit was true, it would have been life-altering. If the bars he said on that record, 7-minute drill, if K-Dot catalog was doodle, it would have been like, oh, he smacked. You got to have some elements of truth in these diss records. So the people didn't believe it. We don't believe you. You need more people. We didn't believe it. Right? And that's where we are. So Fat Joe, he saw all this. He saw this transpire. Wasn't feeling it. Like most of us, right? And the Cole fans, they still in my comments. They still, every time I post anything, they come, yo, you still holding on to, yes. It's hip hop lore at this point. Don't change lore. It never changes. Okay? Just like all these shows you watch, Game of Thrones, this, and that, and third. When the king of a region declares he wants war for 3 years straight, then when the war come out, he let the drawbridge down and he run and lead the castle. Guess what? They're gonna talk about that. They're never gonna forget that, right? Lannisters paid all their debts and all that shit. The North will never forget all that good shit. Let me read this. Fat Joe and Jadakiss discuss J. Cole as he gears up to finally release his long-awaited album, The Fall Off. Fat Joe says he can't appreciate J. Cole's music as much as he did before his feud with Kendrick in 2024. He explained why it doesn't hit him the same during an episode of his Joe and Jada podcast ahead of the release of Cole's new album, The Fall Off. Quote, I don't look at him the same, Joe said. He ain't come outside. I don't look at you the same. The effing sword is dull. I don't care what he spits. I've always said he's one of the greatest. And all that is irrelevant to me. When you talking all this gangster shit and they call you to the yard and you don't step outside, it's facts. It's facts. We're never going to forget it, and we're never going to let you come through on some, what's this fucking Jack Doherty shit with the elbows out bumping people. We're not going to let you come through bumping people no more. When you did all this yapping, this, that, and the third, and then when it was time to actually stand up to what you said a whole lot of shit on that record. If you go back and listen to the 7-minute drill, this dude was talking very, very reckless. Okay? Talking very reckless. This is the part that these motherfuckers don't forget. It's like they want to talk to you in soft tones, maintain low tones. Listen, just think about this. He's a better person. He's being bigger than the program. Everybody wants to be negative. This is a black man coming pop. Do you realize this nigga said he gonna put my favorite rapper neck in a noose? Gang, I don't know if these motherfuckers remember these things. He said some really serious shit on that damn 7-minute drill, which he tried to delete later. Well, we still can find it. I can go on YouTube right now. There's about 7 copies on there. So I can find that record if I need to, okay? And we can still hear it right goddamn now. Can't delete it. Let me continue. Joe continue. I don't give a F if you lose. I'll never forget Everlast and Eminem. Everlast definitely knew he couldn't beat Eminem, but he came outside to the yard. He came outside. That's how I look at it. He caught stage fright. Well, let me just say this. Everlast should feel away. Right, I know Everlast wasn't thinking, I can't beat Eminem, but I'm a fuck no, he didn't think he can't beat no fucking Eminem. He's like, man, I'll tear his ass up. He went for it, right? Eminem honestly used to be a fan of Everlast. Everlast was like the first white rapper, let's just be honest. So, of course, Everlast didn't come out thinking, I can't beat no Eminem, but I'm going to give it my best shot. No. So, Fat Joe, he's stepping on toes like shit, but I digress. Jada disagreed with Joe, instead arguing that the music should stand on its own. Quote, the music is great, he said. He's trying to be politically correct. J. Cole will finally be releasing The Fall Off on February 6th. He shared the first single from the project, This 2, Track 2, which he said, greatest rapper alive, and I got a whole video on that. Cole just putting his foot in his mouth, gang. We just need him to just rap about life and things you got going on and how you look at the world, and maybe explain a little bit of your thinking of why you stepped away from the thing. We can hear a little bit. I don't want to hear what happened. I want to hear your inner thinkings of why you did it. We all know what happened. We don't need no more rehashes of what happened. We know what happened. We need to what you think. What were you thinking when you did it? That's more interesting than all these fantasy bars about you being the best alive. You can't be the best alive as long as this boogeyman niggas walking around in the shadows waiting for you to say some shit. Right? You never let him respond. You told him take it on the chin. Why would he? You fucking quit. Why would he respond to you? Why would he respond to a record you deleted? So you never let him get his gift back, which you don't really want it, because beating you right now is like beating a monk with a walking stick. It don't make no sense to fight you. Let me continue. Elsewhere during Fat Joe's and Jada's conversation, Jada hinted at Cole having plans for additional mixtape to go along with The Fall Off. Quote, he's got a project coming out called The Fall Off, and he's got a mixtape where he used some of the Locks beats. He rhymed over Money, Power, Respect, and he rhymed over Can I Live, killed them shits. Cole is coming back in a major way. Cole probably did this shit a long time ago and just freshened it up. But that sound like a nigga like just, you probably was like, yo, I'm gonna rap these beats. This don't sound like a fresh idea. It sound like some shit he probably came up with years ago. This shit, he been working on this album 10 years. So these are probably freestyles that he had for that he's like, I'm gonna do a mixtape with it, da-da-da. So it is what it is. I'm personally, gang, I'm be real honest with you. And this is not even if Cole would have never backed out of this battle, I wouldn't have listened to him rapping over these beats anyway. I don't really care about niggas rapping to these old ass beats. I don't care. I like the beats as they is. I like Money, Power, Respect as it is. I like Can I Live. I don't need, this is for Cole fans. Like I said, he got his fans. They're going to listen to this. They're going to eat this up. They're going to be, I'm going to see Greatest Alive post for 7 days, probably a month straight from his fans. Good for you. Enjoy. I won't be listening to the mixtape of him freestyling over other people's beats. I'll never hear nothing he's saying. I'm just going to be honest. It'll take a whole lot. I'll probably have to be at a party where these motherfuckers won't change the channel, and then I'm going to have to sit there and deal with it. Other than that, not a party, but like a get-together. Like we're just chilling. Niggas just talking, and they just put it on in the background. That's probably how I hear it. I won't hear it no other way. He also praised Cole's new music and said his handling of the beef with Kendrick won't matter after The Fall Off drops. Quote, once you hear his bars, all of that shit don't matter. He's coming crazy. It's all about the music. You're going off the internet, he said. He was talking to Joe. Now, the internet does have something to say about that, and some people are going to forgive him. I'm going to listen to The Fall Off. Not going to be listening to the mixtape of random verses over random beats. Won't be doing that. But I'm going to listen to the Fall Off, probably a double CD, and I'm going to really listen to it and give him his just due. And I'm not going to be sitting there waiting for him to say I'm the best. I'm just going to listen to it. If that happens, which I'm sure he's going to say it, I'm going to take all of it in, process it, and see where it goes from there, man. I'm not going to not listen to the guy. Okay, there's only certain rappers I'm not gonna ever listen to again. The odds of me listening, gang, if FanDuel, if for whatever reason FanDuel and DraftKings goes, if Challz gonna sit down and listen to Iceman from beginning to end, that is a safe bet. You will win your money. Challz is not gonna do that. So if they make that kind of category, put all your money and put everything you got on it, because Challz will not sit down from song one and listen all the way. He will not happen. If I hear it, it'll be on my guy Screwface's through his review. When he sits down, I'll hear it on his shit. the snippets that he plays. Other than that, you can rest assured Challz will not be playing Iceman. But I will give the Fall Off. Maybe that's a video. Wow, I won't listen to Iceman. Maybe that's a video for another day, another time. But I will be giving a still, even with him quitting that battle, he hasn't done nothing egregious enough where I won't listen to his music no more. So at that note, man, I'm out of here, man. Fat Joe was right. I agree with you, Fat Joe. Wayne, no, you tripping. You're not going to win this argument. You keep doing it. You can do 100 videos. We're not going to forget J. Cole did this. It is what it is. I'm out of here, man. Head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. Also, every Wednesday night, we go live on The What Show, 9:15 on all my social media platforms. And we got a new album called The What Project. Me, TJ, and Fliz is on all streaming services. It's on my video page. Type in this, that, Challz Brown, and pop right up. Get in the comments. Let me know what you think, all right? I'm out of here, man. I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6 man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard and put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within. With the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin. With the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end. And then secured a spot with some goons and some kin. And then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs. And yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb. And yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word. And he the one that got it cracking. And all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like Pats fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe, then put some food in his face and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click like, click share, tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location, tell them niggas where we at. Cause we out here and we ain't the cheese, we the trap.